Hey everybody, thought I'd show a little video, a little update on the Allen Mogul. I just finished the sand dome, the steam dome. I'm working on the sand dome right now. Let me show you. So there's the locomotive. Here's the cast iron base. Allen Models of Nevada, they have cast iron now for these pieces. So I used the cast iron base. It's coated in Rust-Oleum gloss black. I ended up making a steel cylinder for the center part, and then I machined the cap. I actually had to make a little spacer disc, which I'll post some still pictures on my Instagram page if you're interested in how that looked, but I'm really excited about how it came out. Ended up drilling a center hole for the hold down, and then I bored two holes a little bit, about 1.125" diameter, to give a little clearance around the safeties. These are the two safety devices that'll blow off the boiler at 100 and 125 psi. So now I'm making the sand dome, which is just for decoration basically. This brass rod will hold it in there. When I get done, I'll cut the brass rod down and I'll thread the end of it for a nut to hold on, just like I have here. But I'm using my Rivet Squeezer. This is a cool thing. I actually got there was plans for this in Model Engine Builder magazine several years ago, so you might be able to find a copy of that. But basically it's some 5/16 inch sheet steel that's cut out like a little handle, and then there's 1-inch steel cut like a big C shape, and then there's a little anvil here and an anvil here. These are replaceable. They screw in. There's just a little spring here, and this pivots. This is the jaw that comes down. It squeezes down on the rivet to make the finished. It smashes the rivet basically. So there's the rivets inside here. This is the cylinder that I'm making for the sand dome, and you can see the little round rivet heads on the end. And there's one rivet yet to squeeze. So I thought I would shoot a video of this. It's a pretty cool thing. Pretty excited about having this rivet squeezer. I used it extensively in making the tender, which of course I finished before I actually started my YouTube channel. And so the tender has something like 700 odd rivets in it. So this came in extremely handy, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So I'm going to do this. Squeeze the third rivet shut in the cylinder for the sand dome. Let me find an angle for the camera here, so hopefully you can see that pretty well. I'll describe what I'm doing. As you can see, after I made a template for the cylinder out of aluminum at first, so I could see. It's nice to use a thin aluminum like this. It's like a 32nd of an inch, so that I could see the dimension that I needed and what it would look like. And so I made the template. Then I made the cylinder out of 22 gauge steel here, and I'll finish it just like I finished the other one. But now I'm going to take the base of the rivet, the part that needs to get squeezed, and I'm going to put it in this anvil bottom here. Okay. And I'm going to just use my fingers and tighten up the top anvil on top of the round. You probably can't see that very well, can you? On top of the round rivet. Let me try a different angle for the camera here. There we go. Maybe that's better. So the top anvil is on the round part, and I'm holding it pretty well parallel, if you can see that. So you want to squeeze it in the direction so it squeezes uniform. And let's see if I've got my, I need to reverse my wrench here. This is a giant 15/16 inch ratchet. Dang. Let's see if I've got it in the tightening mode now. Nope. I've done this before. I used it to loosen. Okay, so I've got the wrench. I'm using this giant 3/4 inch drive wrench, which makes it very easy. I'm double checking the position of the anvils since I fiddled around a little bit there. And then just go nice and easy. The tool does all the work for you. Literally with a 3/4 inch wrench like this, it takes basically no effort. Well, very little. And I'm just squeezing it shut. The nice thing about these bench vices, you can twist them at an angle. So I'm going down. It's kind of like the feeling that you get when tapping. You know, when you hit that resistance, you know, okay, I don't want to go any further and break anything. So there we have the giant 3/4 inch wrench, and I just use this wrench to back it off a little bit. There we go. Now, that hasn't stuck like that in a long time. Don't mess anything up. There we go. Guess I'm gonna have to redo these anvils, but if you can see that, very nice uniform squeeze. I know I got them a little bit out of line. I'm not worried about that. I just happened the drill wandered a little bit when I was trying to drill the hole. So what I'll do now that the riveting is done, I'm just going to put 3 in there. I'll take these straps off and I'll dress this up a little bit, prime it and paint it, and the rivets will be in the back anyway, so they're just kind of, well, they serve the function of keeping the cylinder together, obviously, but it'll be like this, and the little dome in the top of it. Here we go. So that'll be the back view on the locomotive. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty cool thing having this Rivet Squeezer. Like I said, I don't remember what issue of Model Engine Builder magazine this was out of, but it was pretty simple to make. What I did, I'm not a welder, and you can see this is a really nice weld, really thick, heavy duty. I cut out all the pieces, I made it fit just right, and then I carried them in a little shoebox to my favorite welding shop, and I asked them to do this, and they thought it was cool. I think they charged me like 20 bucks, and I came back the next day and it was done. So that's what I do for heavy duty welding like this. You know, let the pros do it, let them earn a little money, and then I've got a tool that I can use forever. So I hope you find that interesting and useful, and if so, let me know. Like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks again for watching, everybody.